All right, everybody, welcome to this yoga class. I am pretty new to yoga. I've always known that it has some really good health benefits. So we're just here today just doing some easy yoga stances. This book I have is The Woman's Book of Yoga and Health, and it's by Linda Sparrow with Yoga Sequences by Patricia Walden, forwarded by Judith Hanson Laster, PhD, and it says A Lifelong Guide to Wellness. So I'm going to start with the beginning. This is called the round angle pose, and I learned back in school to hold your stretches for 15 seconds each. So while we're sitting here holding this stretch for 15 seconds each, I'm just massaging my feet with my fingers because they deserve to be massaged. So this is the round angle pose, something we can do very easily every day while we're sitting around. So this is the wide angle pose here. This is the seated pose. She has her legs flexed. So I'm sorry you can't see my legs being flexed right now. I don't have the best setup for this yet, but my feet are flexed. This is my foot that is flexed. And this is my foot that is pointed. So my feet are flexed up in this wide angle seated pose. So I'll show you why I have the camera up like this, because we have to stand up sometimes too. This is the mountain pose. Let's get up here to the mountain pose. So she has her hands down by her side. Her feet are actually touching. Her toes are actually touching. So we'll go ahead and make our feet touch. She has her hands by her side, and then she goes directly up. And it looks like she has her palms in. So directly up, she has her palms in. If I wasn't doing so much talking, I could do more breathing. You can focus on your breathing here, just like Tai Chi. You want to have like numbers of, you can pretty much count your breaths in and out. We're not that sophisticated yet. So this is the extended triangle pose. She has one like this and one like this, and her hand behind her leg, and she's facing up at her palm. All right, so that's the extended triangle pose, up at her palm. So we want to hold it for 15 seconds. We didn't hold the mountain poses for 15 seconds each, but I'm new at this, so hopefully we can get a schedule down and I can make this a lot easier as we go on. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do the other side. I guess we need our back straight, but hers is really bent at the hip. So our back's not straight. It looks like this is a table more than anything. Breathe in and out. And you know what? I guess both of these legs are supposed to be straight. So if you need a modification here, I think you can turn your leg in more. All right, so now we're going to do the warrior pose. Looks like her palms are down. I'll tell you a little secret with Tai Chi is if you take your air from your belly and blow it out, then you'll be getting bad toxins that's in your stomach and or negative energy that's inside your body, and you'll be blowing them out. So whenever you're breathing, think about breathing from your abs. It'll make your abs stronger. You'll get rid of all that fat in your stomach if you can breathe in your fat and then blow it out. All right, so we have the extended side angle pose. This knee is bent and this knee is straight. So we did it a little bit wrong that first time. Looks like her hand is down and then this is up. And I have some fat here that it's hard to do this pose. So it has a modification. And it looks like her hand is not all the way down, but she has a straight line here. So it's hard for me to stay like this on this carpet. My socks are sliding. She's barefoot, so I'm going to go barefoot here in a minute. But this is a straight down line. It's hard to keep that pose. All right, this should be better. I don't know if I held that one for 15 seconds or not, so if you're still holding, that's great. All right, the half moon pose. This looks a little bit more difficult. We're going up here. We can hang on down at the carpet on the floor for our balance. So once we get our balance, we can put our balance onto our hands here, and then we'll put our palms outward and then face up. But that's really tricky because you have to keep your balance on your hand. So first I'd get your balance here on your hand, then put your arm all the way up and then look up at your palm that's facing outwards. It's really hard to hold for 15 seconds. And then her leg is actually straight, so that's a pretty difficult one. And it looks like she has a building block. If you ever need to, you can't really touch the floor, she uses a building block about this big to put her hand on it. I can use this. No, I'm not going to use that. Let's see. Alright, I'll use this. So the modification is like this. You want to keep your legs straight. I'm not sure if she has her foot totally pointed. It looks like it is totally pointed to the book, and my foot is flexed out just like my palm. So this is the modification. You use a book here. Let's get our foot straight. Whew, this one's a little difficult. Alright, I'm burning after that one. Alright. So next I'm going to do the standing forward bend. This looks great. Alright, she has her feet straight. Her feet straight. And she's bent all the way at her butt. And she has her arms like this. So let's just focus on keeping our legs straight. And keeping our arms up here. Keep our head down. Tuck your head in. Alright, so now we're going to go back into the warrior pose. It says warrior one pose. So from here we're going to go up. Now this back leg does not have to be straight. Just this front leg is. Okay? And she's up like this. But it is straight. So I guess you can put your weight on your back foot. Breathing in with my nose and out through my mouth. All right. So the revolved triangle pose. I'm going to come back down here. Her legs are straight. Her hand is all the way down at the floor, but modification is to use the book, or to use the, it's a pretty big book, or a block. So I'm going to look up towards my palm, and my legs are to be straight. And my arm is all the way up here, and I'm facing my palm. It's difficult. I don't know how long this chapter is. Getting tired. Alright, so this is an intense side stretch pose. Alright, so she's up like this, and she's going back. She has her arms behind her back. Let me see how her feet are. The back foot is straight, and the front foot is tilted. A little bit different than what I was doing just now. So the back foot is straight, and the front foot is tilted. Alright, then from that pose, we're going to go down with our arms still behind us. She has her head on top of her knee because she is very flexible. But I'm pretty sure that her front foot is forward and her back foot is tilted. And maybe the heels are perpendicular, I think the word is. But she's going to hold this. We're going to hold it. I'm going to try to hold her for 15 seconds. Breathing in and out, in through my nose, out through my mouth. Alright, the wide angle standing forward bend. Wide angle standing forward bend is coming up next. We have both of our feet facing forward, both of our hands forward, and our butt is out. Just how our back feels. As if our butt needs to be pushed out because it hurts. She has her head up, ladies. I don't know how she has her head up. She must have to go further down to get her head up. So let's go further down to get our heads up. There we go. I'm going to need to get a clock so I can see 15 seconds on the clock because I don't have that right now. I feel it in my leg. Maybe it's a shorter or longer leg. Alright, and then after that we're going to bring it in. Let our arms hang. Make sure they're kept straight, which is really difficult to do actually. Alright, I can't do that one for very long. Oh, good, we get to sit back down. Alright, so now we're doing this number. It doesn't show it from the front, it shows it from the back. But I have black pants on, so it's not too much of a... Ow. Alright, well, she's actually sitting down I'll show you with her feet like this. And then she's doing this right here, grabbing her hands. But I can't even get my legs to sit comfortably like that. Oh. So I'm actually going to sit on my feet while I do this stretch. And then I'll pull with my hand like she's doing. There we go. Oh, I guess we can switch out arms. We didn't do that with the other ones, so we might have to go through all these again and then switching our legs and arms. So this is a simple seated twist pose. So we're going to go ahead and do this one leg in front, one leg in back. Try to show you how she's showing it. Alright, so then we're twisting. She has this pretty straight. She's looking over her shoulder. Straight out. In line with the collarbone, I believe. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start doing the opposites since I didn't do them before. This is what I was doing. See, that's confusing. Alright, I'm just going to stick to what she's doing here. Alright, then we have the spinal twist pose. Alright. This leg is flat and flexed. Flexed foot. Palm facing outwards. Her hand just kind of looks like mine. Just kind of out there. I guess her palms are facing flat and to the back. I'm trying to stretch this here. It's hard to see with black pants on. Alright, I'm going to do this simple stretch here. My foot is flexed and I'm just holding on to it. I think what she's trying to do here is show her back is pretty straight. I think she's kind of in this angle here to show you her back is straight. Her foot is flexed straight. And then she's going to go down to the leg here in just a minute. And if you have a hard time getting down to your foot, she has a rope of some sort. You use a sock, put around your foot, and flex it like this. Just like that, and flex it. She has it on her toes, like under, you know, the muscles under your toes up to the top of your foot. Okay? Now we're going to go down as far as we can. I guess try to keep your back straight, your foot flexed. now we're going to go into the seated forward bend. So I have my legs straight, my feet flexed. Go as far as I can. I'm not very flexible right now, but I want to get flexible. And I've got dog hair all over my nose right now, so as far as breathing in and out with your nose and out with your, in with your nose and out with your mouth, right now I really can't do that, so. But it does help to do that. And I'm not even counting 15 seconds, so maybe you are. Alright, next we're going to do downward dog, downward facing dog pose. Downward facing dog pose. So she has her feet, I'm going to show you the feet here. The feet are down all the way. And then she has her hands straight and she's pressing down on her heels to be touching the floor. If you feel the burn behind, like on your calves, then you're doing it right. She's pressing down her flat, straight feet, pressing her heels down onto the floor. And she's pressing in with her body. Her upper body is pressing in her heels. That one is tricky. It burns. All right. Good job, everybody. Whew. I'm going to see how much we have to go. Okay, good. It's doable. We're going to do it. All right. So here is something we have to do against the wall. So I'm going to throw a pillow down against the wall and move this over just a little bit. All right. So I don't know if she's just starting to stretch here or what, but she's maybe leaning in on her, there's nothing really to do. Maybe she's leaning in on her arms to give her legs a break. That's what I feel like. My legs hurt from that downward dog, so this is giving my legs a break for just a second. Alright, she wants to do a handstand, but no, we're doing a headstand. So, put our head down and do a headstand, people. Alright, again, I'm not sure how long that was, but as soon as I started feeling my blood rushing down, I stopped. I actually was starting to stop, and then my blood rushed down, so I just stopped anyway. Alright, I'm not sure what that was supposed to stretch, but it did make all my blood run. Maybe the downward dog, like I said, had all my blood at my calves, and then I had to do that handstand to get my blood back down from my calves into my body again. So that actually really worked well for that. Let's see what that was called. A headstand. Alright, and I'm giving you the English names for these, but there are other names for these. But they're really hard to pronounce. So we're going to do the child's pose now. Oh, this is my favorite. I don't know if you guys were able to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth on that one or not. This one looks fun. This is not really the best. This is like a big pillow when it shows more of like a towel. I don't want to use a towel right now, so I'm going to use this pillow. Alright. We're going to do this basic move here. I'm about to press pause in a minute. Someone's coming home. Alright. This is going to be hard on this pillow. I might just do it because I have carpet. Oh, I'm going to do a little roll there. Alright, I'm pressing pause.